A pilot scheme in Leeds to allow prostitutes to operate within a legalised red light district is going to be made permanent. Now, it's one step closer to making prostitution legal, it sounds like. What do you think of this, Gloria?
Well, first of all, I find it very odd that the police are legalising what is a crime in other parts of the country. I don't understand that. And I'm going to sound prissy here, aren't I? I mean, I know that it's the oldest profession in the world. We know that it goes on. But would I live in Sevenoaks, would I want it legalised in Sevenoaks with curb crawling? Would any of you want it sort of in your area? I wouldn't. And the report says that there are people having sex in cars. I personally do not want to watch that. And I know that you all have strong opinions on this, but I feel, and I don't know what criteria the police are using to say that this test period was really good in terms of safety, because...
They're saying they've gone through years of enforcing the law. Because they're not legalising this. What they're saying is they're turning a blind eye. So between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m, in a certain area, it's not residential, it's industrial area with... But there are businesses there. They're saying within that small area, we'll turn a blind eye. So they're not.
But they wouldn't be doing that in other parts of the country, so I don't quite get it.
No, but isn't that the problem? I think that's the problem. I mean, either the police are there to protect us and to follow the letter of the law, or they're not. And this is a halfway house between the two, and I think everybody loses in this sort of situation, because where are the ground rules? You know, I mean, these are young women, probably some of them the age of my daughter. And some older women with, who have been doing it for a long time. And let's never lose sight of that. There are people at the heart of this. There are young people who are suffering terribly and have addictions and needs, and pimps and people taking money from them. So, but this doesn't do it, does it?
Well,
Turning a blind eye is ludicrous.
Because the safety aspect is
crucial. Well, someone died.
Remember the Ipswich murders? At the end of the day, I think men go for prostitutes. For one, they don't want to get caught, and it's easy to get a prostitute. So even if they do it on that street, how do you know they're not going to drive them off somewhere? But I'm going to put light on this. Obviously, with discussion with Kieran, I'm not making a joke, but if someone offered me, well, here she goes, £1 million cash to have a slap and tickle, I would. Get it out. Come on, seriously. Would you not for a little bit of slap and tickle?
£1 million for a slap and tickle?
Katie, it would take more than a bit of that to get £1 million quid.
Well, you're obviously more experienced than me, but...
No, listen, I'm going to be really prudish now. Not for 10 million would I do that for a stranger.
You're crazy.
It's prostitution.
I'm not saying all the way, but not all the way.
Whatever you do.
But
why would you do that?
I'd have to discuss it with Kieran, but imagine how easy that would be.
What do you think Kieran would say?
No, but still, I can discuss it.
Tell me, why would you do it? Why would you even think of it?
Because it's easy money, and it's like you could see these women. It's just... It's easy for them. I'm not saying I'm a prostitute, but for a million squanders there, so I have a slap.
But these girls aren't getting. By the way, these girls aren't getting paid £1 million quid. They're getting paid a tenner. So that's the real life thing of it. I mean, as for your hypothetical argument, I don't know.
What about if this is on the streets, because they have been, they're saying the police and the local council are saying, look, this isn't in a residential area, that's why we've done it here. However, there are some of the firms and the businesses are there saying, look, we have had staff who are going home at 7 p.m. who have been propositioned, who've been guys coming up in their cars. They're saying it might not be residential, but it's still affecting people.
But that would be happening whether or not the police were turning a blind eye anyway, which is where it's such a grey area, isn't it?
What about if it was truly legalised and you had brothels in district
like they do in
Amsterdam, so you know exactly where it is, because you're saying
health checks,
it's the oldest profession in the world, you're probably never going to stop it. What about something like that where the girls are protected, where there are health checks? Because a lot of girls, sex workers suffer with violence as well, so maybe they would have more protection.
Absolutely.
Can I just ask our audience very quickly, along those lines, whether it's in an area of a city or legalised and in brothels, should prostitution be legalised? Let's just see your yes for green or no for red. Quite a lot of green. I think the Greens have probably... the yeses have just got it. I think the yeses, it should be legalised. Very interesting.